I'm sure you've all heard about the allegations that have come out about Morgan Freeman. And like some of you, I didn't want to believe the accusations because Morgan Freeman has been in a lot of, you know, our favorite movies. He's got the voice, but this whole not believing people when they come out, like, that's why women didn't come out about this shit earlier. That's why we had to have the Me Too shit fucking happen. And I watched a video on Complex News about this. And some of the comments underneath were truly fucking toxic. Because there was one that linked, like, the comment basically was first Bill Cosby, now Morgan Freeman. And it's like, no, 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 no. You know, don't, like, this isn't some grand fucking conspiracy against black actors. That's not what this is. You know, Bill Cosby has been found guilty of drugging women and raping them. And while these are just accusations against Morgan Freeman, he all but admitted to it in his apology. Because he said, I didn't mean for anybody to feel uncomfortable. You know. So, what the fuck? These are the same fucking people who will tooth and nail talk about Donald Trump's accusations. And I am one of them. But I have something that these fucking people don't. And it's called consistency. I fucking believe victims. Unless I am proven otherwise. Unless there's substantive fucking proof that the people who are coming out about this shit are liars, I'm going to fucking believe them. I'm not gonna pick and fucking choose who I believe accusations about. I'm not gonna fucking ignore Bill Cosby shit. You know, I'm not gonna ignore the Morgan Freeman shit. I didn't ignore the fucking Louis C.K. shit. I didn't ignore any of the fucking people that have had these accusations come out about them. I haven't chosen a fucking side. You know, that's not true. I've chosen the side of the fucking victims. You know, and it's sickening that people would choose any other side but the victim side. Like, how the fuck does that work? Again, like, I don't understand that. Like, as soon as, like, and then some comments were like, "Oh, these thoughts don't have anything better to do." And it's like, yeah, these thoughts, these fucking actresses, these fucking people who have been victim to this, these fucking reporters who have been victims of this shit, they're just that hoe over there. They're not fucking. It's all a fucking conspiracy. And people were like, "Oh, he played God." Who gives a fuck? Like, okay, and I swear to God, people were actually saying, God, whatever, something about him playing God, and it's like, you do realize God violated a woman to make Jesus? So saying, God did nothing wrong, not the fucking argument you want to make in this instance, because aligning yourself with God, not a great fucking thing to do. It's like, I feel for the people who don't want to believe this shit about Morgan Freeman. You know, I loved everything he's been involved in, but everything he's been involved in is tainted now because of these accusations. And just because I like Morgan Freeman, I'm not gonna fucking ignore this shit. That makes no fucking sense. You know, I loved Louis C.K. But, you know, these allegations that came out about him, you know, it wasn't fucking surprising. To a certain extent. But, you know, just because I like the motherfucker means that, like, oh, you know, they can do no harm. Like, it's fucking... People are people, people are flawed. People will do shit if given the opportunity in some instances. Morgan Freeman is human, and he erred a bunch of fucking times, and apparently this is a part of his fucking personality. You know, and people defended him. You know, and people who I know defended him. And it's like, no, this motherfucker, like, I think it was Alan Arkin, was privy to this shit, you know, these allegations and stuff like that. And it's like 8 people have come out about this. And it's like, and this is the reaction to these allegations is exactly why women don't come forward with rape. That's why men don't come forward with this shit when rape fucking happens to them. Sorry, it's a fucking bug that was bothering the shit out of me. But, yeah, it's like... Perfect example of this shit. Like the MRAs, right? The people who always bang on about men's rights, men's getting screwed over by the system. What the fuck did they do when Terry Crews came forward? They called him a cuck. A weak cuck. You know... I want to burn this fucking world to the goddamn ground. We need to re-fucking start. We need a fresh canvas for this shit. You know? At least Hollywood needs to be burned down to the fucking ground. And shit needs to be re-fucking built. Because just shit has been fucked forever in Hollywood and other fucking places. You know, all these places affected by this shit. And that's why he said generated the fucking country, because the entire country has this shit. You know, rebuild this shit from the fucking ground up. You know. And I want to talk about a fucking tweet, right? I want to talk about a tweet at the end of this video. A tweet about that came to my attention because of War Corpse and his reaction to it, and a bunch of other people's reactions to it. So, did I fucking accidentally? No, okay. What the fuck? Why am I disconnected from fucking Wi-Fi? That's weird. Alright. Come on, Wi-Fi. Only fucking me, right? Only fucking me. There we go. Alright. There we go. There we fucking go. Alright. So, it's apparently someone named Josh Fox, who I don't know who the fuck they are, said, "Dear white people, let's get this straight. You can't be victims of racism. Racism means that the whole culture, society, economy, and much of what is considered law is against you because of your race. All of those things support white people, so stop claiming it ever, period." And Granted, wasn't the most eloquent fucking thing. If he said systematic racism or institutional racism, that would have been better with what he said. But I don't see the law. The law was saying that racism is basically, you know, like just the system is against you. I don't know. I don't necessarily see the lie in calling that racism. You know, because the system is racist. You know, again, that's why systematic racism is a thing. You know, think about think about all the white people that have been taken alive after murdering people. Dylan Roof, chief example of that shit. Dylan Roof shot and killed, what, 9 fucking black people in a church. He got taken alive. Tamir Rice had a fake fucking gun, dead. Trayvon Martin was in his own neighborhood while a pasty cockstay named George Zimmerman, you know, shot him and killed him. People, oh, he fucking beat him up. Yeah, because this motherfucker was following behind him in his own fucking neighborhood. You know? You're gonna fucking tell me that nobody is gonna... Nobody has ever felt that someone's following you, and if they are following you, you've not had the gut reaction to go, you know, what the fuck are you doing? Why the fuck are you following me? Nobody would have that same reaction as some motherfucker following you with a fucking gun on his head. You're not gonna have the same fucking reaction to beat the shit out of him at a certain fucking point. But, you know, stand your ground. You know. Philando Castile. All he fucking did was mention he had a gun. And guess what? The police fucking murdered him. All he did was mention a gun and that he owned a gun and he got riddled with fucking bullets. You know, you fucking... Just... Like, just look at all this racist shit that surrounds this whole the NFL shit with the fucking Pledge of Allegiance and shit like that, and the fucking national anthem and shit like that. Just look at all the racist fuck shit that has surrounded that shit. You know, fucking. But okay, so Workhorse's response. Getting back to Workhorse's response. Workhorse's response is, yeah, this is the definition of racism, jackass. Great job. This is a guy who, okay, so Workhorse is a guy who doesn't fucking acknowledge racism as a fucking problem anymore because slavery and Jim Crow were over 100 years ago, even though Jim Crow wasn't over 100 fucking years ago. It was barely 50 fucking years ago that shit stopped. But not so that you'd fucking notice if you're a black. You know, doesn't believe white privilege is a fucking thing, even when you point out the fact that black people disproportionately, like, he's the one of the people who's like, well, they just commit more crimes. Really? Really? Black people commit more fucking crimes than white folk. Get fucked. Really? Like, you fucking honestly believe that? Fucking wow. If you believe that, you are fucked in the head. You know, it's just like, I fucking hate the world. That's what this whole entire video could be summed up as. I fucking hate the world. Because the world has been fucked, and I've just been recently acclimated to seeing how fucked the world is, and I want to burn it to the fucking ground. I seriously want to burn it to the fucking ground. Fuck this country, fuck the world. We need a redo. We need to fucking refresh this shit. Maybe update some shit, you know. Our country's in sad need of some fucking updating of the firmware at the backbone of this fucking country. You know, We keep fucking putting that shit off till later, and shit's just gonna get progressively fucking worse and worse until we fucking update that shit. You know? That's why the fucking country crashes every so fucking often. Because we keep putting the shit off. You know? It's like we went from slavery, to we couldn't own slaves anymore. So we treated them like slaves institutionally with Jim Crow. You know, and we were supposed to make big fucking change in, a civil rights movement. And we made some steps forward, but we kept pushing that fucking update. We kept pushing that fucking update that we desperately fucking need. The security update, the firmware update, the shit that'll make this fucking country run better. We keep pushing that shit off into the fucking distance because we don't want to be the ones to say we need a fucking update. Seriously, I'm done. Have a fine fucking day. If you're not racist. If you're racist, I hope you fall down a flight of fucking stairs backwards and you break your fucking legs. Or, you fall down a fucking well and you get sealed in it like fucking Sadako from The Ring. Or, you get fucking stuck in a house with a fucking grudge spirit in it. And you just get stuck in that fucking loop. Ta-ta.